Hello, Etta here. Part 2 of my haul from K Scented Melts. And this is the part where I'm going to share with you the customs that I created. And I am super thrilled with them. I'm super happy that I got these done. A couple of them actually kind of came about in more recent blending because I was trying a couple of things and, smelling certain scents that I thought just smelled so good. And I thought, oh, let me mix it with this or mix it with that, and came up with some other ones. So the, let's start here. Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna start with this one. It's a beautiful orange. I love the colors that they do when they create your customs for you. Okay, so this one, when I was, and I did not do the customs for this one, but I had said that I had come up with one for Lancelot and one for Guinevere. So I was kind of working on a King Arthur one, but I haven't finished that one. So I didn't want to order those yet. But when I was trying to come up with one for Guinevere, I did this test and loved it. I just didn't want to use it for Guinevere. So instead, I called it Springtime Love, right? I was thinking like love in springtime, or, it's just very spring-oriented kind of scent. And it is a mixture of orange blossom, arugula, and love spell. And I love her arugula. To me, it has a grass kind of scent, but a sweet grass scent to it. And then orange blossom is a gorgeous, beautiful flower, floral scent. And then love spell, if you know what love spell smells like. Yeah. Now these are going to be pretty fresh because I just ordered, and obviously it's not something that could have been sitting around because she made it to my order, right? As a custom. So these definitely need to sit for about a month. Wow. But that smells so good. That orange blossom is just, but yet I can still smell the sweet grass smell of the arugula. And then the love spell just adds a little touch in there. It may develop more as it sits for the month, but really good. Then I had these two, I think are, they're very close in scents, and that's because I was playing around and it came down to, I think, I'm just trying different things in both of them and loved them both and thought, okay, I had the hardest time just figuring out what I wanted to name it, right? And I like giving them names. I don't have to. You don't have to when you do that. But I don't know. For me, it's kind of part of the fun. So I'm sitting there with my husband. I'm like, okay, this one here, that to give him the thing to smell. I'm like, what do we name it? What do we name it? So I let him come up with this name, and I kept going, I don't know. And he's like, oh, and I was like, all right, fine. I wind up, because this one had a different name, and I was like, that one just doesn't, He's like, but don't change this one. And I was like, no, I'm not going to change the name. So he went with Pirate's Cove. And it's black coral and moss, gingered bergamot, and tobacco leaf and amber. So that black coral and moss, oh my gosh. And then ginger bergamot adds such a nice, and then the tobacco leaf and amber, oh my goodness. Yeah. Obviously, if you're not into masculine scents, Springtime Love's not a masculine scent at all. But a lot of these are going to be kind of masculine. Or very masculine, maybe. Son of a gun, this is good. And it's only going to get better as it sits for the month. Holy moly. Pirate's Cove. Black coral and moss, gingered bergamot, tobacco leaf, and amber. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And then the other one, which he kind of wanted to go with a couple of different names. And I was like, no, it doesn't ring as the name for me. So I wind up changing it. And because part of me wanted to name it Bond, James Bond. But I thought, I don't know, And then I was going to say the best Bond, because there have been so many Bonds over the years. And technically, when I came up with this one, I think I was thinking of Daniel Craig. But when I was thinking the best Bond, in my mind, I was thinking Sean Connery. He was always my favorite Bond. So I was like, well, maybe not that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shorten it and call it 007. Yeah, 007. Black Sea, stainless steel, and black coral and moss. And I say that I was thinking of Daniel Craig and my husband said, why don't you call it Casino Royale? And I was like, no, I can't. I'm not going to call it Casino Royale. Because I was thinking of Daniel Craig when he comes out of the water in Casino Royale. Because of Black Sea and the black coral and moss, kind of that aquatic kind of note. And then stainless steel, they he carries his gun, right? You always have the 007 maneuver, with the big tunnel look or whatever. Anyways, my father was a huge James Bond fan. I mean, he'd be watching a James Bond movie and I'd be like, Daddy, you've already seen this movie. He's like, I've never seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this movie. And it might have been like the 10th time he watched it, right? He just loved James Bond movies. So kind of in honor of my dad. I loved him so much. Still love him. 007, Black Sea, stainless steel, black coral and moss. Yeah. I definitely get the stainless steel in there. Wow. And I'm glad, because black coral and moss and Black Sea are very strong, and I love stainless steel. And I was almost afraid stainless steel was going to get lost in there, but nope. Definitely manly. 007. Who's your favorite James Bond? If you watch James Bond, did you have a favorite? I'm trying to think of I can't think of, he's not the original James Bond, but he was only in one movie. In the back of my mind, his name is like trying to come out, and it's like, I'm gonna finish the video and I'm gonna think of the man's name. But he was only in that one movie, and it was the only movie, where James Bond got married. I can't think of the man's name. It's like it's trying to come out, but it can't. Okay. If you like manly scents, 007. And don't forget to tell me, who is your favorite 007? Who's your favorite James Bond? I mean, there's been a few. The guy I'm trying to think of, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan, Timothy. I think he only might have did one or two also. Timothy, I can't think of his last name. Anyways, let me know who your favorite one is. All right. And then I have 4 more customs, and they are part of my Sherlock collection. I should have picked up one of her My Dear Watsons, but I forgot, and possibly because I already have My Dear Watson or whatever from Scentsy, which is not my favorite scent. For manly scent, it's not really one of my favorites. But I have, and over here somewhere, let's see if I can find it real quick. Where are you? Where are you? Yes. Okay. My original part of the Sherlock collection, which I'm almost finished the bag. There's only a few left. This one, I have 6. So I did this one. I got it back in June. So my original one was 221B Bakers Street. Don't know if you saw that video when I did this one. This one had library, Burmese woods, and bourbon tobacco. So I love this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So when I was doing Sherlock, I tested, it seems like a gazillion blends. And when I got that last one, I did the video after it had been sitting for a month, right? And then I was pretty much a month. And I was ready to start blending like right after that. And I want to say first or second one after using some of the new ones, I was like, that's it. That's gonna be Sherlock. I'm like, I think this is gonna be the right one to do for Sherlock. I think it sounds more like a Sherlock for me. And the second half of the test for me, so here's Sherlock. The second half of the test for me was after I had that blend and I had it still sitting. I did it in one of my Yankee candle warmers with the milk cup because it's a bigger cup, right? It can hold more. Once I had that blend already in there, the next day I took, I got like a half a piece left right there. I took a half a piece of my 221B Baker Street and I mixed it in with Sherlock. That was going to be like the second half of my test because I want to be able to warm 221B Baker Street maybe in one room and Sherlock in another room and not have it where I don't like them together at the same time. Or even if I want to mix them, I want to be able to possibly mix them. So that was the second half of my test, mixing it with 221B Baker Street and seeing if I like it. And which kind of helped in, originally I kept saying, you know, there was so many other scents I wanted to have in Sherlock, but you know, you can only mix 3 things. So I kept thinking about it and I was like, well, you know, if I put these 2 together, it would basically be Sherlock at home at 221B Baker Street, right? So the 221B already has library. It has the bourbon. It has a tobacco because it's bourbon tobacco. So it kind of covers some of the scents that I felt like I might have been maybe lacking a little. So Sherlock has Autumn Flannel, which I said I've been using quite a bit. I think Autumn Flannel is fantastic. It's a very great performer. It throws really well, and it has a smokiness to the scent, which lends to the next scent, which is pipe smoke. So the Autumn Flannel already has a smokiness, and then you add the pipe smoke, so you get more of the pipe note that you need for Sherlock. And then the 221B has that bourbon tobacco. So it's going to have a lot. Between those 3 scents, it's going to cover that tobacco that I need. So Autumn Flannel, pipe smoke, and gingered bergamot, which is in that last order that I picked up that I kept thinking Sherlock's missing something. And I think gingered bergamot was the rounding effect that I needed for Sherlock. So here's Sherlock. Yay, I'm so happy he's finally done. You're probably happy to stop hearing me say that I'm trying to do Sherlock, and I am thrilled that he's done. Because now I can finish working on some other ones. Oh, thank you, Carla. Yeah. I had told her in the notes that I needed quite a bit of pipe smoke to get, you know, because otherwise it kind of got lost in there. Yeah. Yeah. She added a lot of pipe smoke. And again, this is very fresh. It's going to need to sit about a month, and I'm sure at that point everything else will really develop really well. But I'm really glad I can smell pipe smoke now. because I really think Ginger Bergamot and Autumn Flannel are going to get stronger as the month goes on. Yep. Sherlock, so happy you're done. So happy. All right, so I got 2 bags of Sherlock because I wanted to make sure I had a lot of him. Then I, along with the Sherlock theme, again, she already had, and it was already created, right? I guess it would be a dupe of My Dear Watson, right? So that's already out there. And then I did 221B Baker Street, and then I did Enola, because I love the movie Enola. I think it's so cute. I really, really liked it. And my friend Megan, her daughters love the Enola movie, but I also know her daughters love Love Spell. So I really wanted to put Love Spell into Enola. I tried several different scents, and there was a couple that I liked that didn't have Love Spell. But I was like, okay, I really want to put one in there that has Love Spell, because I know her daughters really like Enola. And given that they like the scent Love Spell, I thought that would be nice. So Enola has Emerald Agave, fantastic scent, fantastic performer, fantastic throw. It's in that, I mentioned in my last video that there's a section, she has bakery and masculine woods, whatever. It's called, I think it's called the Gemstone Collection. And I said that there's only like 3 scents in there. Emerald Agave is one of them. I think it's Emerald Agave, Jade, and Rose Quartz. So Emerald Agave is fantastic. I mean, love, love, love that scent. And it does great in blends, and it throws really well. It's just all around wonderful. Sorry about that. The camera cut off on me in the middle of my sentence. I didn't know. I saw a message come up, and I realized it said that the storage was full, and I try to remember to delete older videos before I start new ones, but I forgot. So I had to go in there and delete some videos before I could continue. So I was talking about Enola. I hope I had at least started on the conversation, but I'm pretty sure I had. I think I was getting ready to tell you what the other 2 scents were. So Emerald Agave, Tea and Cakes, which I thought would be great given that it's England. Tea and Cakes, and Love Spell, because I said I wanted to put Love Spell in it. So here is Enola. And oh wow. I think it smells even better than it did when I blended it. You definitely get the Tea and Cakes. And Love Spell is probably more in the background. And of course, Emerald Agave, she probably gave it a little less of the Emerald Agave just so that it doesn't take over. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. So that would be one that's not like a manly scent, which, you wouldn't think it would be since it's for Enola. Then I have the culprit, or let's see. No, let's do this one first. Okay. Then we have Sherlock's brother, Mycroft, who he cracks me up. His character always does crack me up. So for Mycroft, I took one of the ones. This is actually a blend that I had tested for Sherlock and loved the scent. I had written down that it threw well, that it had a great scent. But I think I had mentioned that there was some that I did that it just didn't seem like a Sherlock scent for me. So loved the scent, knew I wanted to use it, and decided to use it for Mycroft. Since it is Sherlock's brother, I thought, who better to use the scent than his own brother? So Mycroft is Tobacco Leaf and Amber, Red Spice Tea, and Emerald Agave. So we've got Emerald Agave in the sister and Emerald Agave in the brother. So here's Mycroft. And again, Emerald Agave just does so well. And Tobacco Leaf and Amber is Gorgeous scent. And red spice tea. Wow. That's another one that just throws, and great performer. So Mycroft is... Wow. It's kind of throwing me off because it's probably been a couple of months since I even did the blend, but you know, I'm trying to picture it as when I warmed it. It doesn't smell like what it smelled like when it warmed, but that's also probably like 2 months ago, so I'm having a hard time remembering. But it smells great. It smells absolutely fantastic, and I know that they're all gonna do really well together. I thought they blended really well together. It's amazing. I can smell the emerald agave. And I'm trying to decide, am I smelling tobacco leaf and amber or red spice tea? Smelling something that smells really good. That's what I'm smelling. I'm anxious to warm that one again because, like I said, I warmed it when I did the blend, and I know it did fantastic and it smelled really, really good. I just don't really remember. I can't really remember what it smelled like when it was warming. So anyways, this one is the villain. So this one is Moriarty. And excuse me. Some of my thoughts when I was doing Moriarty is he was devious, extremely intelligent. He was, you know, someone to test Sherlock. And being the villain, he would deal, let's say, in poison, right? So I don't know why, but when I think of poison, I think of a movie that I watched when I was a little girl. I think it was called The Little Girl at the End of the Lane or something like that. And she murdered the people. I think it was in the tea, or it was the cookies. It might have been the cookies, right? And they were like almond cookies. And it was the poison she used came across like almond. So that's always been a joke with my sister and myself about almond cookies or almond tea. So when I thought poison for Moriarty, I knew I wanted to do something that had like almond in it. So I did black amber lavender, which great scent, black amber lavender, cherry almond, and black sugar. And I remember doing this one in the sunroom, and it was such a great scent. I really liked Moriarty. And I do like cherry scents though. So this one, it's not just almond, it's cherry almond, right? So there's cherry in it. Yeah. And you definitely get the cherry. But it's not, again, it's going to develop. It's going to develop over the next month. But that black amber lavender and the black sugar kind of tone the cherry almond. So you get the cherry, but it's not like a cherry that's like hitting you in the face where you feel like, oh my gosh, there's so much cherry, which would not bother me. I like cherry. But for those who are like, well, I kind of like cherry, but I don't want it to be overpowering, I don't feel like this one would be. I think it's balanced quite well by that black amber lavender. Because I'm getting lavender in the background. I can definitely smell lavender when I smell this. But it's not even a lavender that I dislike, right? I've said that. But black amber lavender is a really good one. And then black sugar to give it that manliness. Wow. That smells so good. Yeah. All right. So thank you for being patient with me, for encouraging me, for showing interest in my endeavor to create my Sherlock scent. I am beyond thrilled that Sherlock is done and completed. So now I have Sherlock, and I can do Sherlock at home with 221B Baker Street. So Sherlock, 221B Baker Street, Mycroft, Enola, and the villain, Moriarty. And there was probably a couple of other ones that I could have done, but I didn't want to go overboard and get too many. So I figured those would be the main people. Again, Watson's already created, so I wasn't going to try to recreate that. So Moriarty, Enola, Mycroft, 221B Baker Street, and Sherlock. My Sherlock theme is complete, and now I'll get to work on my King Arthur one that I want to do. King Arthur, Lancelot, Guinevere, Merlin, Mordred, and maybe Excalibur. Not quite sure yet. So those would be the ones that I'd probably do if I work on Camelot, or Excalibur, I should say. Anyways, that is Sherlock. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for encouraging me, for the kind words that you've given me, that you've shown me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Sometimes it gives me the oomph to keep going, because, you know, we all have those days where we just want to curl up in a corner and just stay away from everyone kind of thing. And I tell you what, even on those days, scent just helps bring me out of that. Putting in a scent to either make me feel enlivened, relaxed, de-stressed, whatever the case may be. I truly, truly enjoy warming my wax and coming up with blends. It just relaxes me. It makes me feel happy. And I hope that you enjoyed my blends. I hope, you know, I'm not expecting anyone to go out and purchase them. I hope, if anything, it encourages you to try some of your own, to pick things that you like and give it a try. It's so, relaxing. That's the best word I can use. It just, sometimes when you're feeling a little lost, it's almost like a little bit of a purpose, right? It just feels really good to do that. And I truly enjoy it. I truly enjoy sharing it with you. You bring me such joy. I have so much fun talking with you, and I look forward to your comments. Let me know, you might not like autumn flannel. You might not like pipe smoke. You might not like some of the scents that I used. Again, I'm not expecting anyone to go out and buy my customs. But, of the ones that I did, I got 007, I got Pirates Cove, and I have that Springtime Love. Did any of them speak to you? Again, not that I'm looking for you to purchase anything that I created, but I'm just wondering, do you think any of them would be scents that you would enjoy? That's basically what I'm asking. I know I'm going to enjoy them. I'm just wondering, it kind of gives me an idea of, do we have some similar scent preferences? Anyways, I've rambled on for long enough. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you'll come back. And until next time, enjoy your scents, enjoy your day, and enjoy your journey. Have a great weekend, weekday, week, month. Let's hope that the rest of 2021 picks up and is great for everyone. I'll talk to you later. Bye.